Okay, so today we're doing a deep dive on Sean Diddy Combs. And wow,
Yeah.
there's a lot here.
There's a lot.
Court documents, family statements,
Right.
even pieces of this
Yeah.
new book that's claiming to be Kim Porter's memoir.
Yeah, it's a lot to untangle for sure.
It is.
At the heart of it, though,
Yeah.
really serious allegations.
Yeah, and I
And
think
huge consequences.
the most shocking thing,
Yeah.
to me at least, is Diddy getting arrested
Right.
for human trafficking.
Yeah, this is serious stuff now. This
Yeah.
isn't just rumors anymore. These are real charges, legal ramifications.
And it's not even, yeah, and what makes it even crazier is this isn't even the first time.
Yeah, you're talking about that lawsuit from that music producer, Rodney Elrod Jones?
Rodney Elrod Jones. Yeah, back in,
Oh, wait, is
I think it was.
Right.
I don't know the year off the top of my head.
Okay.
But it was a while back. And
Okay.
and that lawsuit actually names Diddy's son,
Oh, wow.
Justin Combs,
Oh,
as
yeah.
being involved.
Oh.
And it alleges this pattern of behavior that is really disturbing.
So what we're talking about here, essentially,
Yeah.
is Diddy and people he works with, right?
Exactly. Yeah, using their power.
Using their power, their influence,
Even with their money.
to take advantage of people.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking young people.
Young people, often underage.
Wow. And again, this isn't just like
Or was it-
rumors. This
it's
is
documented, yeah.
This is like a legal complaint.
A legal complaint.
So it's his name on it.
When we dig into this lawsuit,
Yeah.
what are some of the things that stand out to you?
Well, one of the things that's really alarming is just how detailed it is.
Okay.
Like, Jones gives really specific situations where, like, you know, state-specific details IF available in sources. He even says that state details IF available in sources.
Okay, so this isn't just like
Yeah.
he said, she said. This is like,
No, this is pretty damning stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's what makes it
And that's what makes this so crazy.
Right.
This isn't just like a he said, she said.
Right.
This is like a full-blown legal battle.
Yeah.
That could really expose some dark stuff.
And it's about to get even more real
Oh.
because now the feds are involved.
The feds are involved.
They raided his house,
Yeah, they raided his properties in Los Angeles and Miami.
which means
They're taking it seriously.
they're taking it serious.
They weren't just like
Right.
looking
It
around.
wasn't a quick thing.
They were looking for specific stuff
Yeah.
related to these charges.
Which makes you wonder, like,
Exactly.
what were they looking for?
Yeah.
What did they find?
And did they find it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, of course, Diddy's people are saying,
Of course.
this is all BS.
Right.
They're saying this is,
Completely denying it.
yeah, they're saying it's baseless, it's defamatory.
Right.
This is just someone
Trying to get paid.
trying to get a quick buck.
Classic.
Right. But it's one thing if it's just some random person.
Right. Exactly.
But this is,
But the feds are involved.
the feds are involved.
And there's just too much smoke here.
And it seems like there's more.
There's gotta be a fire somewhere.
Yeah, and it's like we're going deeper down this rabbit hole. It
Yeah.
just keeps getting more complicated.
Absolutely. It's like every layer we peel back,
Yeah.
there's another layer
Yeah.
and another one and another one.
And what's so fascinating about this is it's not just some celebrity legal drama.
Right.
It's affecting his family.
It's affecting his family. Yeah.
Like his sons are out here defending him.
Justin and Christian
But then his daughters,
seem to be doing the opposite.
they want nothing to do with this.
Yeah. They're like, peace out. We're out.
Which, I mean, can you blame them?
No, not at all.
But it makes you wonder.
It really makes you wonder what's going on.
Like, what's going on in that family?
Like, what are the dynamics there?
What would make his sons defend him and his daughters distance themselves?
Exactly what do they know?
Yeah.
And what are they not saying?
And then there's Kim Porter,
Yeah. We can't forget about her,
right? His ex.
who tragically died in 2018.
And the circumstances around that
Very mysterious.
are questionable at best.
Yeah.
So that's a whole
That's a whole other can of worms.
other can of worms that we need to open.
Oh, exactly. We got to open that can. So Kim Porter died back in 2018.
Right.
And officially, it was lumbar pneumonia.
Right.
That's-
It's suspicious, right?
Yeah. And there's just been so much speculation.
Especially now with everything else going on.
Exactly. And then you add on top of that
Right.
this book,
The supposed memoir.
this supposed memoir from Beyond the Grave.
That's claiming.
Right.
Like-
to tell her story.
Yeah, and it really paints Diddy in a bad light.
Yeah. It says he was abusive,
Mm-hmm.
involved in all kinds of shady stuff.
Oh, yeah, like really dark stuff.
Now, of course, we got to remember,
Right.
we don't know if this book is legit.
Exactly. Like, is this really her story?
Yeah.
Right. And Diddy's sons are saying
Right.
their mom never even wrote a memoir.
that this is all made up.
They're calling it a straight-up fabrication.
Which, I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
People try to cash in on tragedies all the time.
All the time.
But then you have Kim's family.
Right. And they're backing this book up.
Well, they're not necessarily saying
Right.
they believe the book,
Right.
but they are speaking out.
Yeah.
And they're not happy.
Especially her dad, Jake Porter.
Right. He basically said
Yeah.
the truth will come out.
Which is like, what does that even mean?
Exactly. Like, what does he know?
Right. Like, what's he hinting at?
And then there's that anonymous family member.
Right. The one who said that Kim
Yeah.
confided in them.
That Kim told them everything.
And that she had proof.
Like actual evidence.
Well, now it's like,
Yeah.
okay, is this really just a money grab?
Right. Or is there something more here?
And this is what gets me.
Yeah.
Because this isn't just about Diddy.
Yeah.
And it's not even just about his family.
It's way bigger than that.
This is about power.
Exactly.
It's about the music
It's
industry.
the music industry. Yeah.
And whether someone like Diddy
Right. With all his money and his fame.
can get away with anything.
Is he above the law?
Basically.
Is he untouchable?
And if these allegations are true,
Which is a big if.
it just shows you how messed up the music industry is.
Oh, yeah. Like the dark underbelly of it all.
The exploitation, the abuse of power,
Makes you wonder how often this happens.
and how many people don't speak up.
Exactly. Because they're afraid.
Or because they don't think anyone will leave them.
Especially if you're going up against someone like Diddy.
Right. He's got all the money, all the lawyers.
He could crush you.
And that's what makes this whole thing
Yeah.
so fascinating and
And-
so frustrating.
It's like a Greek tragedy.
It really is.
You've got the money, the power, the fame.
And then it all comes crashing down.
Yeah. And then you've got the family drama.
Right, like we were talking about before.
Yeah. With the sons defending him.
And the daughters wanting out.
What a mess.
It's heartbreaking for everyone involved.
Especially the kids. I mean,
Right.
imagine being in their shoes.
It's like they can't escape it.
Everywhere they turn, it's there.
Social media, the news, everyone's talking about it.
It's got to be tough.
And what about his kids, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
That's going to affect them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. I mean, how could it not?
Yeah.
I mean, they've grown up with this wealth, this
Yeah.
privilege,
Crazy.
but they've also experienced this intense loss.
Yeah.
And now they're dealing with their dad's potential downfall.
And so publicly.
And so publicly, yeah.
It's like, imagine
It's got to be tough,
being their age,
especially at that age.
trying to figure out who you are.
Right. Trying to figure out your own life.
Yeah.
And you've got all this other stuff.
And it's just there.
Yeah.
Like you can't get away from it.
No matter what you do.
The pressure must be unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And not just on them, but on Diddy, too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, his whole empire
This whole thing could bring it all down.
could crumble.
And people are watching, like really watching,
Oh, yeah, they're waiting to see
if he's going to get away with it.
if justice is actually going to be served.
Because we've seen it before.
It's like, is he really going to be held accountable?
Yeah, like, is he above the law because he's Diddy?
Exactly. Is money going to make this go away?
Because if it does,
That sends a really scary message.
that's what's scary.
Yeah, that sends the message that
Yeah.
if you're rich and powerful enough,
You're untouchable.
you can do whatever you want.
So this whole thing,
It's a big deal.
it's a huge turning point, I think.
Yeah, for him, but also for the music industry as a whole.
Like, will things actually change?
Will this be the wake-up call?
It makes you think about all those other stories.
Both the whispers,
Yeah, the ones we don't hear about.
the people too scared to speak up.
Exactly. And it makes you realize,
This is bigger than just Diddy
yeah, this is about a system that allows this to happen.
that protects the powerful.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
It's a lot to take in, right?
it really is.
I think the biggest takeaway for me is that we can't just focus on the gossip,
Right.
on the scandal.
Because behind all of that,
There are real people
real people with real lives.
being hurt.
And we can't forget that.
No, we can't.
So what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Diddy guilty or innocent?
Let us know your thoughts.
Hit us up on social media.
We want to hear from you.
And until next time,
Stay curious
keep asking questions.
and keep digging
And we'll be back next week.
with another deep dive.